How many people know these social media influencers like Ian Carroll? Or like this gentleman, Cultivate Elevate? Or like this young lady? What about Anomaly? What about her? What about him? What about this guy? We're gonna even throw in Spencer from Florida, even though they don't give him a lot of views, he's genuine. What about this young lady? Last but not least, what about James? What about him? The reason I bring all of those influencers up is to expose one thing, the end. I know what the end goal is. I don't know how they get us there. So that's where all the social media influencers come in. They can figure it out. But I know what the exact end goal is for America. And would you like to know? Things like this, where the CIA's son, Tucker Carlson, is out there conversing, exposing. But is it real? Is this real? Or is this bread and circus just a show? For example, the Epstein list. You know, the FBI concluded that he wasn't running a sex trafficking ring. Right? That's what they said. Why are they bringing out the Epstein list? What is all this stuff about? Does it even matter? Well, of course it matters, the public knowing the truth. But why, since they control the algorithms, they control the media, they control Congress, why are they releasing the Epstein files to the world? Have you asked yourself that? If they are doing it, which they're doing it, why would they do it? Don't you want to know? Here's the part the influencers can expose. What is the end goal of all this bullshit you see going on? I'm going to show you. Check this out. G7 leaders agree to shut down coal power plants. You might be thinking, what the hell does this have to do with it? Well, this has everything to do with it, because if your country can't produce energy, you ain't producing nothing. So let me show you the fake agenda that they're going to implement the world control powers over everyone. Are you ready? Buckle up, Buttercup. Click this. Here we go. A group of 7 G7 countries, which include Canada, France, Germany, Japan, the UK, and the US, will shut down coal-fired power plants by 2030 to 2035. There you go. Your energy production. What does that mean? Are you ready? China doubles down on coal-fired power. Record plant capacity plan. China is building 6 times more new coal power plants than any other country. Wait a minute. Because of climate change, we're going to shut down ours, but China is not affected by climate change, and they're building record amounts of coal power plants as we are closing ours down. China is building theirs up. What in the fuck? What about climate change? China's not affected? Let me show you why. Here's where it gets ugly and confusing. For everyone, even the influencers. What enslaves Americans? Most people don't know. It's the fact that your currency, which was constitutional currency backed by gold, meaning the government couldn't overprint currency and fund all the corrupt shit they wanted because gold was backing it, meaning it was a limited amount of printing. No money. Now they can print unlimited. So when they switched out your money is when you became enslaved. This is the big gist of it. China, 70 years ago, gave up their firearm or their arms. How many Chinese people were killed? Do you know? 70 years ago. Is it 20 million? Is it 45 million? It was millions and millions and millions of Chinese citizens were killed when they took away their guns 70 years ago. From that point on, they've been enslaving them and controlling them. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This is the history when you look it up. Now, where are the Chinese people? Just curious. Their cities are beautiful, technologically advanced, but here's the thing. In China, they have a full digital controlled world. Do you know what that system is called that watches them and does facial recognition on the Chinese citizens? It's literally called Skynet surveillance systems. No fucking bullshit. This particular system controls them fully. That's why climate change doesn't affect China, because they're already under the control grid. That system is what they're bringing to the whole world. The control grid system. How they get us there? I don't know. Talking about digital currency, talking about Palantir type surveillance everywhere, flock cameras, etc. You're talking social credit system, which they're already doing. Food in the United Kingdom, putting a carbon score limit for what you eat. You eat a sandwich, no, that's so much carbon. Goal is control of a digital world. China is the new poster child. They all work together. There's no difference from America to China. You may say, bullshit, Chinese hate Jews and they don't let Jews in their country. You heard this? Well, check this out. Because if in fact that were true, communism is a creation of the Jews, where the Jesuits passed to the Jews and the Jews created. Not only that, they control all the money printing. And if you don't believe me, here's a short clip.
If anyone ever read Mein Kampf, from Hitler. Hitler tells the world why he hates Jews. He says the Jews created communism. Jews are taking advantage of you. And people said, how? He says the Jews are the ones that are in control of all of the banks that are lending you with high interest. And everybody said yes. Why? Because it was true. The Jews destroyed the economy in Germany.
So did you hear that gentleman say that the Jews created communism? What's China? Communism. So if in fact that's true, then the structure in China was created by the Jews. And we're not talking about the actual Orthodox Jews. We're talking about the infiltrating ones called the synagogue of Satan, born in another country, claiming other people's land. Kind of like what CIA Tucker is over here exposing, even though this fucker's in on it. This is called bread and circuit for one thing, so that you don't get empowered to learn what are your rights, so you don't take control, take power. You're going to always think someone's here to do it for us. Someone's here to save us. Fuck these people. It's about you. All this bread and circus is so that you do nothing and you believe they're doing it for you. It's a trick. He seems good. I get it. But in the end, you're not getting the will or the urge to learn your rights. You're not getting a path or a direction on what to do, right? You're just watching and enjoying the show. Let me tell you where the truth is found. The truth is found in you. It always has and it always will be.
Satanic Jews. They control everything and mostly everybody.
Epstein was introduced to everyone by the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are higher than politicians because they loan the countries money. These are the same satanic Jews that he's talking about. They own the central banks of the world, Craig. And you realize they print the money, control the whole fucking world, fund both sides of wars, fund the division, pretend that different countries hate each other, but they all fucking work together. That's the truth. So I took you straight to the end. Let me show you how they're implementing the control mechanism here in America while you're not paying attention. Are you ready? This is a governor of Hawaii or Hawaii. Governor Green goes to the United Nations to talk about the state. Oh, I wonder what they talked about. So curious, aren't you? Here's from the government website, straight from the governor's office, a press release. Governor Green addressed Hawaii's efforts to implement policies to achieve the United Nations SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, and the importance of local leadership to achieve the goals by 2030. These are our elected officials, probably unelected, just put in place, more like it. Implementing United Nations goals. These are unelected, non-governmental agencies, NGOs, United Nations. He is voted in, probably not. But he's implementing these foreign agendas into Hawaii. And they're telling you that they're doing it. And I personally live there, so I know they did cut the coal power plants. They already implemented a climate tax in Hawaii. So they're taxing you. They're going to restrict your freedoms because they don't have a full digital control over you yet. See, he's going to implement the United Nations 17 SDGs contained in the Aloha Plus Challenge. See, this is the bullshit he made up, but it's basically the United Nations crap rebranded. So here's the goal. Smart cities, cryptocurrencies, digital currencies only, a social credit system brought to you by Palantir. And you might think, yeah, right, they're not doing that. Hell yeah, they are. Republican and Democrat, they all agree they're currently implementing the bullshit right now while all the other crap is going on. This is climatemayors.org. When you go through their stuff, you'll see that they're in conjunction with C40 Cities, which is what? It's World Economic Forum and United Nations. Right here, C40 Cities, C40.org. This is the United Nations. North America. There you go. These have gotten your elected officials to implement these agendas while you're not paying attention. Same thing on Climate Mayors. You can go to Find Our Cities. You can see all the people who signed up. There's only one solution to all this problem. It is a united, well-informed population. That's it. Somehow you have to get the left and the right together. How? I don't fucking know. That's the only thing that can hold these pedophiles on the Epstein list accountable. Under that circumstances, people should be able to unite. Mainly because people don't know what their rights are to care about. I'm going to show you a 6-week class I put together on what your rights are. In America, to blow your mind how it's supposed to actually work. You can go right here to statenationalsrock.com, be the chain, hit the 3 button. Right here to the shop, sign the petition, scroll down to class. Here it is. Know your rights. Support the man. Learn your rights. Be the change. State Nationals rock.